Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got a new game here today. This is called Aviary Attorney. I was going to try and record Okami, but my controller is not cooperating, so I got this game in the Humble Bundle. Thought it looked interesting solely from the title and the artwork. There were birds in the Steam page. No idea what it's about, but yeah, let's get right into it. Might have to mess with the volume because it was super loud. Turned it way down, we'll see. January 1st, 1848. Ooh, this style is cool. The Chateau of Baron Rorguel. Oh, frog. Oh no, is that Monsieur Greenwee? Oh, mon dieu. Oh, my French, I'm sorry. Can't French. I'm in Japan for a reason. Dame Catterlin, what have you done? What have you done? Act 1, a cat with claws. Please tell me that's me. Oh my goodness. Birds with arms. Yes. Sparrow son. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Oh, is that? I would like that hat to be me more. That man, that bird man in the hat. Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird falcon? Ugh, too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? Ooh. The letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right. Ahem. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Caterlin, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Conciergerie prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Signor Purtoin, unpronounceable, of the estate. Terribly sorry. I have no idea how to read any of that. Well, this is quite something. I know, your first serious client in months. Not just that, the Demiao estate is known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Catterlin, his lordship will still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Wow, so I suppose you intend on defending Dame Catterlin in court? Of course. It would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We're going to find our kitty client at La Conciergerie. Excellent. My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor Demiao's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Is this supposed to be Demiao like a cat? Signor. Okay, I'm really sorry about my pronunciation of all this. Pertoyer's letter has been added to your evidence folder. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase symbol. Ah, nearly forgot my wallet. Wouldn't want to lose that. Again? I recall you losing it at the New Year's party. And at Christmas. Yes, alright. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Let's make a move. Why is that important? Ooh, this art style. I like it. Welcome to the map screen. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location, name, or location node. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. I didn't think this was going to be such a long game, or I would have recorded more Life is Strange. But this could be fun. Let's see what it's about, and I'll decide whether to record more after it or not. A sign on the door reads, "The Aviary Attorney Offices, no cases too big or too small, no junk mail." For centuries, the Infinite's Conciergerie prison has detained the accused and the condemned alike. Okay. January 3rd, Monday. Let's go to the prison, because that's where, I forget her name, is being held. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the Conciergerie prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the conciergerie. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. Oh, if we're in France, that would explain why I can't say anything. The outer walls are impenetrable, the cells are spotless, the guards are well-mannered. What do you want? Quark. Good name. Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Catalin de Meow. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're her lawyer, huh? Fine, fine. Follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sigh. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? This is so bizarre. Dame Catalin de Meow, I presume? You've arrived, the fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. My papa told me he would hire only the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Alright. Oh. You see, Falcon, I told you listing under Aviary attorney would pay off. I don't know what happened to your voice. Let's get down to business. Dame Catalin, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I have 20 francs. Alright, that's all I have in here. Okay. I can do my best. What is it you want to know? What happened on the night of the murder? Who was there that evening? Did you see anything suspicious? What happened on the night of the murder? We don't even know, except there's a dead frog. What exactly happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Aviary, the home of the great Baron Rorguel. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Greenway and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with the camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with a what took your what? Camera. It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, the technology's amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Oh, dang it! Dang it! I wanted that to be true. Pshaw, let me believe. Still, this camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make note of it. Camera has been added to your evidence folder. Please continue, Dame Catalin. So, after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Greenway. He was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Who was there that evening? Dame Catalin, who attended the banquet that evening. Well, there was me and my papa, my dearest Ama. I'm so sorry for my inability to pronounce non-Japanese words. My dearest Mama couldn't make it, and there was Baron Rorguel, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Greenway, well, until, you know, he died. And there was Monsieur Rabito de Rubino, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Did you see anything suspicious? Dame Catalin, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or a bloodied murder weapon. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything, I am afraid. The evening was very normal, the food was delicious, the conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary, until the incident. I see. Wait, Falcon! You missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Catalin, you said the food was delicious, but you didn't say what food it was. You and your damned stomach. Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Go on. Then a marbled steak served perfect bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me. Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to your evidence folder. Bloody rare steak has been added to your evidence folder. Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. No cutlery? Even for the steak? No. You would think that the great baron of the Chateau would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? No, I think that will be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to the Chateau to try and see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Rubito de Rubino. 2 tasks? 2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable. But we should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you? I don't see why not. I believe in justice. Dame Catalin, I believe that a fair trial can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice. That's good to hear? You're not wrong, Falcon, but that's not what the lady needed to hear. You might want to work on being less of a, how to put it, Philstipute? Pute. I don't know. Someone help me, French, please. If serving justice makes me a Philstipute, Pute, I don't know, then I'll wear that title proudly. Dame Catalin, Monsieur Greenwee, Baron Roriguel. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Yes. Not particularly. You're wrong. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone is. A what? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. That name could use a little work, though. Sparrowson has started compiling a Facebook. Good. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Okay. These are very good pictures. Excellent. Oh, wow. That's a lot of people. Okay. This is a red herring. I love it. Okay. Okay. Well, you won't let me click out? Oh, I click here again. Okay. You can access a list of people you have met at any time by clicking the book symbol. Let's make a move. A new day. The game saves automatically at the start of each new day. Okay. Okay. Oh, but you can also make a quick save at any time by selecting Save and Quit from the pause menu. January 4th, Tuesday. You can access the pause menu by clicking on the cog symbol in the upper left corner or by pressing the escape key. There's no cog symbol. I'm not sure how I feel about this game so far. It's interesting, but it's not super gripping. Let's play a little bit more. I've only been recording less than 15 minutes, so I'm gonna grab. Oh, here. I put that water right here, even. All right, let's go to Studio de Robinho, and I'm gonna take a sip of water while we head there. So this is the Falcon. Your voice is supposed to be deeper. So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. Ahem. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Rubito de Rubino, is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? I think it means that he's a pretentious bird brain, but in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now? We should knock anyway. We should knock anyway. Alright, I don't see the harm. Nope, it doesn't look like he's in, Falcon. We should break in. This is a bad attorney. Alright, let's go. There's nothing else to do. Let's make a move. I hate the feeling of a wasted trip. Is there really nothing else we can do? Well, I mean, let's move the story along. I suppose we could break in. It's fairly unbecoming of a lawyer, but I suppose we could try to break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe. Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back, I'm barging down the door. Okay, Sparrowson, I like you. Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss it first? Alright, I like it. What in bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're in here, we ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very... swanky? I was gonna say ostentatious. Please do not be copyrighted music, it's very good. That's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. It's very loud music all of a sudden. In investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you've had enough, or when you can find nothing else to examine, click on the X in the top right corner. Select an area to examine. Oh, okay. I really hope this music isn't copyrighted. It's very good. It fits it so well. I see. Paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid in the bottle is. I could taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. Thank you. Okay. A chandelier! You should get one of those for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. Where else? Oh. A lighthouse? No, wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a blank smudge, Falcon. This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Ugh, terrible. That was actually good. Wow, lots of pictures. I see a bourgeois tigress in profile. Okay. I see a finely dressed Danny Phillip on a horse. Alright, if these aren't very important, I'm just gonna... Ladder, Sibylla climbing towards success. Step ladder. Oh, we're not getting into argument. Alright, these are not important. Paris skyline. Take from the Notre Dame Cathedral. If these don't give me anything, I'm not going to bother reading them because there's so many. Tiny photograph. What appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me, how illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings. It's cool. We're lawyers. It's okay. A recently passed amendment allows for proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. It sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrowson. This is a picture of a fence. Fancy. Oh, okay. Right. I would pick it up. No fence puns. That was bad. Not. Alright. One last picture. There's seeing a ship on a windy day. Alright. I think Jiminy Christmas. That was a lot of pictures. Alright. Out we go. Hey, Falcon, look! What? It's just an easel. No. Look at what's on the easel. Oh. What animal is this? Is that a horse? A giraffe? He just looks surprised. I really enjoy it. Oh wow, this must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Cataline, and I think that's Signor Pertoir, Cataline's father. So what shall we do? Do we just take this? Yeah. We've come this far, we may as well borrow it. Studio photograph has been added to your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need to do here? I don't think there's anything else I can interact with. Why have you done this? Mouse, why have you done this? Okay. No, doesn't look like there's anything else I can interact with. Alright. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh. Oh, mon Dieu, what happened to my door? Lie. Seems to be my character. Some kids did it, little weasel types. We saw them. Yeah, weasels. They were all like, let's break into this art guy's house. And we were like, no, weasels, you cannot do that because that would be illegal. And then they were like, we chased them off. That's the important thing. Well, thank you, I suppose. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Alright, let's go. My voices are all over. A new day. I guess we'll see what happens here. Yeah. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Aviary. People with dirty shoes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. What animal are you? Excusez-moi, monsieur. So tan. Oh, man. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? Heh, heh. I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change? You have 20 francs in your wallet, what will you do? How much is a franc? Where's my phone? How much is a franc? Oh, but this is like 1800s. 1 franc. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Many thanks to you, messieurs. I'm really sorry about my French. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure mother and child have something to eat is the least I can do. Is 1 franc a lot? I don't know. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson, we've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Courtyard. Whoa, look at this place. Baron Rorgueil must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the scene. Is he here right now? Yes, he's that smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron, we'd like a word! How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. He's fabulous. Oh, this music is very good. Please do not be copyrighted. Copywritten. It's been a long day. It's been a long week with my coworkers all leaving. Which is why, yes, you have noticed my episodes are only going to be going up 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, my time. I'm recording this the night before because I have had 0 time to record lately. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Rorgueil, property owner extraordinaire, at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators? Well, I mean, we are investigators, we're attorneys. Not quite. I'm private attorney J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate, Sparrowson. Lawyers, eh? You know, you aren't the first to have passed through here today. Oh? Yes, this jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps I have a hunch. Hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial. A friend of yours? Something like that. So what may I do for you, messieurs? What happened to my mouse? What are you doing? We're doing some research on Monsieur Greenweed, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Of course, such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you, messieurs, will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourselves? Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in a lounge on the 2nd floor, 3rd door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photo prior to the unfortunate incident. Oh, can we see the finished photograph? I'm afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigations. So where shall we go first? Garden. Dame Catelyn said that she found Monsieur Greenway on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. The crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail. You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that. That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. Okie dokie, select an area. Why is my mouse doing this? Can I get it to stop? Am I missing someone? That's bad. I want to split. 19 francs, okay? Alright. Okay, not a few things. Alright, where should we go first? I guess start on the... Hey, there, my mouse came back. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh? That's unfortunate. Yep, eventually we realized it was just filling up on hors d'oeuvres. Oh, terrible. That was bad. No. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. Oh no. A horse walks into a bar and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No, the barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming in here. You're drinking us under the stable." I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Terrible. I love it. Okay, give me another horse joke. Baron Rorguiel certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding. Oh, no more horse jokes. This one looks almost lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No, I would not. Thank you. Uh-oh, you gonna sneeze? Oh god. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to stash a murder weapon. Can you not fly your birds? That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in, take a closer look, just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade in the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way! If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around in a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle it. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Heads. Put it all on heads. Don't let me down, old emperor. Here I go. It's tails. Roll up your pantaloons, Falcon. You're going for a swim. Ugh, fine. Hold my shoes. That was a big splash. Falcon, you should really learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. Mouse, again. Oh. You came back. There you go. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mysterious item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky. And it smells weird. Don't tell me that you picked up a very wet cigar butt. Possibly belongs to Baron Rorguiel. Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder, just in case. Cigar butt has been added to your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need to do here? I don't think so. How do I go back? I think we're done here. Good call, but are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck. Let's go to the lounge. Was the main hall where we met him? The Baron? Very tall, ma'am. Second floor, third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey, Falcon. Did you see that? See what? The housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Ah, yes? Are you two policemen? No, we're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Falcon. And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Duhat. So, what can I help you, messieurs, with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? That's fine. Just let me grab a chair. Are you a giraffe? That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? Is there something we should know? You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? No, I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of last week. Pressure her. Are you sure there isn't anything you're hiding? It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts. Right, and... Wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson. It isn't? Oh, what do we do then? I'll tell you later. Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask? Is this where the photograph was taken? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? Mouse, why do you keep... Every time I go off the page. There. Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing... just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know, the painting on it totally clashes with the decor. Decor? What's wrong with my English today? I was thinking along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands. Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rorwale keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make note of it. Missing clock hands have been added to your evidence folder. Is there something else you wanted to ask? No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams and, well, never mind, I'm rambling. It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry about. Although I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps? Ah, you know about that? Yeah, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron had missed those. But, well, yeah, I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. Missing silverware has been added to your evidence folder. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind and I would hate to break his trust. I see. So where to next, Big Bird? We've been to the garden, been to the lounge, back to the main hall. Back to the main hall? Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. We had a good look, thank you, Baron, but we actually have some questions for you. Please ask away, I have nothing to hide. What happened the night of the murder? Baron Rorgwiel, I would like to ask about your activities on the night of the murder. Oh ho, am I in trouble? Not at all. No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture. I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrive at 5 o'clock, and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. The housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that. I see. Is there something else I can help you, messieurs, with? I want to tell him about the housemaid. We'll be leaving. I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs. Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry, if everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. Alright, you do that. I need water. Again, so much reading. Okay. The Palace of Justice houses in the High Court, a place reserved only for the most serious of crimes. Mouse, can you please cooperate? There we go. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marbled portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. I'm not even going to try to make that sound French. Are you nervous, Falcon? That bad, huh? Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrowson, is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from the inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Will we? Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. I guess so. Wow, that's some beak you got, huh? Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everyone here? Everybody here? J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, Bonnie, hi. Rupert Remington, present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn it, that's not it. Oh, gosh, where are my notes? Ha, I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? Pfft, no. He always scored the second worst marks in class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have his trial in the bag. That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest? Yeah. I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Ah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? Wow, that's such a jury. Oh, I can't... What are all these? Why are there so many birds? Dog. Lip. Hippo. Ram? Ostrich. Vulture? Very unsure. Puffin? Crow Raven? All present and accounted for, Your Honor. Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, 2 of those birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. These guys? Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Meow. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh, gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Velarde, to the witness stand. Inspector Velarde, please approach the stand and recite the oath. Whoa. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the truth, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Velarde. I'm a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping for one of those bumbly, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. Oh, come on, mouse. There we go. I bet this guy would turn his own mother in if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival. This music is getting so loud. Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rorgwil. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Catelyn de Meow. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Greenway with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No, more questions, Your Honor. Bloody paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring truth to light. Cool. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement question. Cool. We were alerted and brought to scene by the housemaid of Baron Rorgwil. Scene of the crime, we found Dame Catelyn. She was standing on a sliced open corpse. Monsieur Green with blood on her paws. I guess we'll go with blood on paws. Inspector, you say Dame Catelyn had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. How much blood was there? How much blood was there on the lady's paws, Inspector? Enough for it to be clear she had dirtied her hands on the victim's body. We noticed blood under the suspect's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth. Her mouth? How vile. The inspector's answers seemed pretty definitive. But they had that steak. Can I present? They didn't have cutlery, so they ate the steak. Can I not? Do you have another question about the blood on Dame Catelyn's paws? Yes. Whose blood was it? Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question. It was Monsieur Greenway's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There's only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Catelyn's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Greenway. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Greenway? I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Catelyn's paws had nothing to do with the murder. Ooh, I want to scratch my ear. My voice sounds so weird when I don't have my headphones on. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Catelyn's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? Steak. On the evening of the murder, Dame Catelyn ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Rabbington? I will, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the, menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well... Wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury. Yeah, we did. Nice. So, Inspector Valerdi, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something crucial. Dame Catelyn is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly got blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question. Or at least, it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happened, something was missing from that particular banquet, something that forced Dame Catelyn to eat with her paws. Oh, I'm glad I didn't. I think maybe this would have taken it away. What is this? Oh, yeah. Dame Catelyn was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgwil residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rorgwil approached us about this very subject last night. Ah. Innocent, perhaps. What a twist! You gained a little favor with the jury. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? I forget your voice already. Misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax. My investigation. Judge, I assure you I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Heh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Yes, yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Rubino, the, photographer who attended the banquet the night of the murder. Monsieur Robinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth? It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Rubino, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. I'm not gonna try, I have no idea. Je suis l'artiste, 2S1 pipe. You may have seen my works in hit magazines La Branche or Say Shoo. I can send you tweets if you like. Who on earth is a tweet? Oh, what on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very, impressive, Monsieur Rubino, but let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Could you tell us your, activities were on the night of the murder? It's a weird question. Very well, I was hired by Baron Rorgwell to capture the evening's events. Dang it. Fell off the screen. Come back, my mouse. Nope. I arrived at 7 in the evening, I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rorgwell and left. Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so you could all see for yourself. Oh, very, very good. Let us take a closer look. That's not the picture we have, is it? My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? Let's see, who do we have here? Give me back my nice mouse. Please, please, please. No. In the middle, we see Baron Rorgwell, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Signor Pertoin de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Catalin. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhat, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Greenway. Oh! So, our photo shows Lady Catalin and no Baron, isn't it? The second is the defendant, Dame Catalin de Miao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rabington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subject, we see the wall clock with the time at 7:30. Now, why is the time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerdi told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Oh, so we have the clock that has no time, so maybe he painted it in or something. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Catalin herself. Hey, Falcon, the photograph doesn't seem right. It looks like a different one that we, borrowed from Rubino's studio. I see it, too. Yeah, that's right. Our photograph shows Colleen Duhat, Dame Catalin, and Signor Pertoir. But Monsieur Robinho's photograph shows Baron Rorgwell where Dame Catalin should be standing. If we assume that one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs... Oh, that only one photograph was taken. Then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down and be like, BAM! Inconsistency! The whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. Oops. If I were to present it, Monsieur Rubino would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In the worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license, and we would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, no, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed. It's a waste of time if you asked me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Well, we have the clock face. Here to 7 p.m. I set up my camera. 7 p.m. My camera captured the beauty of the union. What is it, my evidence thing here? Yeah, I don't want that. I want to get to this. Oh, we have a cigar. That's right. 7. This is the only thing that would make me think I could get to a clock. Monsieur Rubinio, you say you arrived at 7 o'clock? Give or take a couple of minutes? Yes. How do you know? How do you know that you arrived at 7? Well, the clock in my house read 6:45 when I left, and the walk to Chateau was about 15 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeep, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment. Do I have any other questions about his time of arrival? Maybe. How long did it take to set up? How long did it take to set up your camera? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera, and ready to film. So you arrived at 7, and the photograph took place at 7:30, and you spent 25 minutes setting up. That leaves 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Robinho did something, nefarious in this small window of time? No, I'm not. Not at all. I'm just trying to piece together this evening's events. I spent a little time talking with Baron Rorgwale when I arrived. That's probably where the rest of the time went. Do I have any other questions about his time of arrival? Oh, no, I don't, I guess. No more questions about the arrival time. My camera. I would like to ask about the camera itself. Go on. How exactly does the camera work? I'm afraid that is a patented trade secret. Oh, but it's a mechanical device, yes? You point it at something and then it clicks and whirs and out shoots a photograph? That's quite a crass explanation. It is true that I point and click the camera, but that only creates a negative, a prototype of sorts. I then have to develop the photograph, and that takes time. How much time exactly? Around 4 days. This photograph is hot off the press, if you will. I suppose that explains why Baron hasn't received his photograph yet. Can a camera ever make mistakes? Can a camera ever make mistakes? Now there's a question only an imbecile, technophobic Philistine could ask. No, monsieur, the camera is a flawless device. My photograph offers a perfect reflection of reality, nothing more, nothing less. So if there were an inconsistency between a photograph and reality, what would that imply? An odd question. I don't think such a thing could ever be possible. But if one were to see such a thing, Falcon, stop dancing around the point and tell us what you are trying to get at. There's a mistake in the photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. Mistake? Impossible! I just told you, monsieur, the camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing, mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific. Certainly. The clock. The clock in this photograph. There is something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the, key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Robington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with this clock in that picture. Choop. The photograph clearly shows the clock hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rorgwale or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain that discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. But maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hands should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rubinio, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handleless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. I... Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rubinho created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who was the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Rubinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Rubinho. Fine, you got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Greenway? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered? By whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Rubinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws, more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancien regime, after all. Ancient? Like ancient? But since you admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with the perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. Excellent. This is so much talking, I'm dying. So the clock's hands are painted on? So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Catalin as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabbington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It is still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Catalin was... Catalin? Wow, I had a brain fart. I can't remember how I was saying her name. It is possible that Dame Catalin was painted out, or even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signor Purtoin de Miao, perhaps? Pertoir. I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a mean or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Signor Pertoir to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rorgwale deliberately tried to fame Dame Catalin. Not fame. Been talking for about an hour. I'm dying. My mouth is not connected to the brain anymore. Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Rabbington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of your prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion. Oh. But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with the witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good, and I trust that the defense has no objections? No objections here? Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Shouldn't you say the whole thing? Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Oh, okay. Baron Rorgwale, on the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Greenway left to visit the garden. Dame Catalin followed behind him moments later. Signor Purtoin, Monsieur Rubinho, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Greenway and Dame Catelyn. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity? Garcon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well then, hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rorgwheel, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Something, something, something about your cigar. Can I have my mouse back? My nice mouse? You know what, magnificent the garden. Dame Carolyn found my housemaid discovered. Baron Rorgwheel, I have some questions about Monsieur Greenway. God rest his soul. Why did he visit the garden? Why did he leave to visit the garden? I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear. Oh, I see, but that is quite coincidental timing, isn't it? How so? Well, Monsieur Greenway felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Hold on, Falcon. Surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Greenway's food is poisoned in some way? I don't have evidence for that, do I? No. I am. The events are too closely tied to be a mere coincidence. I am no expert, but I think the steak would have been a perfect medium to carry a small amount of poison. My word, what a revelation, but what evidence do you have of this poisoning? Bearing in mind, of course, that the coroner found no signs of poisoning, and no poison was found at the crime scene. Oh, well, to be completely honest, there is no hard evidence of poisoning, but we can speculate. No, Monsieur Falcon, we cannot. They're stalling. Oops. What a buffoon. I lost a little favor. Oh no. There's no need to bring outlandish theories like poisoning into the equation. Monsieur Greenway always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak. Something about the garden, I think. Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. When was the last time you visited it? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why's that? Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court the so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could not belong to anybody. That could belong to anybody, and, prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years, but naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon? There's a perfectly reasonable explanation. Sorry, my throat is super dry again. I would find it believable if the cigar were... I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded, but as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience, and a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is you, Baron Rorgwheel, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rorgwheel, murdered Monsieur Greenway. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder. How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no, means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Rabington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorgwheel as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rubinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous. This music is so loud. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous. And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. This music is insane. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hand of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests... that's the right pronunciation. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object! Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminating evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Seigneur Courtyard Damiao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Catalin was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. Ah, that makes sense. This is an outrage. Judge, I demand you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there is only one outrage here. That a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind. How dare you, something. The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a... This music is insanely loud, I'm so sorry. The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like that fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp. I ought to gut you here and now like a damned frog. Could somebody please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man, to the conciergerie with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. That's quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of, speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Catalin's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. So much talking. I haven't proved Dame Catalin's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure that I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Catalin Damiao, to be not guilty. Yeah, we did it, gang. Great. I hope that was what was supposed to happen. Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrowson, you did it. Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon. I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get one of the wine bottles and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You are amazing, Monsieur Falcon. It was nothing. I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh, wow, I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. All right, I'll spell it out for you. Wait, did she actually kill him? That scene. I murdered Monsieur Greenway. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized on my opportunity. Oh. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand. Business? To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rorguel's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Rubinio's photograph was edited. It was edited. It wasn't in the I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Greenway in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Rubinio to paint me over Baron Rorguel to add hands to the clock. But the lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. Whoops. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine, so much for celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. How much money did they get? Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petite Sparrowson. 59. What did I have before? 39. ... Falcon, what do we do now? He's broken. Falcon? Oh man, was not expecting that. Dang. End of Act 1. Alright, my voice is dying. I've been going like an hour 15, so I'm going to end this here. I thought I would be able to record a couple episodes, but there's no good cutting point, and since I'm only doing 3 episodes a week, I guess this one can be long. Thank you all for joining me. I would really appreciate any feedback you have, whether you enjoyed this, I could try and play more of it, or if you don't find it as interesting, or if you have any other games you'd like to see me play. As usual, please let me know down below. Otherwise, I'll hopefully figure out what's wrong with my controller, record some more Okami and Life is Strange, and continue on from there. So thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, bye!